Hello and welcome to The Real Deal. Now, mythical dragons, Vikings, an A-list voice cast, and possibly some of the best animation to ever grace our screens.
Yes, it has to be the return of Hiccup, Stoic, and many more in How to Train Your Dragon 2. We give you the real review right after the trailer.
Distract the alpha.
Have a nice flight!
Uh-oh.
So that was the trailer for How to Train Your Dragon Part 2. Becky, I know you love this one.
Oh, I love
Tell the
this
people,
film.
what is it about?
Okay, so even if you are like me and you haven't seen the first film, which Amon has finally forgiven me for,
Just about.
You will enjoy this film loads. It is the returning story of Hiccup, who is the son of the chief of this Viking land, and he is given the opportunity to step in his father's footsteps and become the chief. He's not so sure about it, so he goes on a little bit of a hunt. But we're living in a world now where the whole of the Viking land actually endorses and loves dragons. They have like fun dragon racing. It's quite like Quidditch in a way.
You know, I was reminded of that as I was watching it. Sorry, continue.
And then there is a bit of a dark shadow that is cast over that land where someone is on the hunt for all the dragons so he can be in charge of them all. Throughout this journey, we see lots of different storylines taking place as the relationship with the father and son. There's even the return of the mother, and that's about as spoilery as I want to go into this. There was so much to enjoy from this film. I can tell you now that I laughed, I cried, and I never thought I would be so in awe of such an animation. It's incredible.
Yeah. I gotta say, no man tears were shed from me, I gotta say. But no, I really enjoyed this film. I mean, we saw it in IMAX and on the visual level, it's spectacular.
Yeah.
Absolutely spectacular. The dragons look fantastic. Even the character designs really...
Oh my gosh, their hair.
Yeah.
Like you see them like just whip their hair and suddenly you see every single strand. It is, honestly, I'm not joking when I say it's probably one of the best animations that I've seen.
I will second that for sure. But even more impressive than the animation, the story really goes from strength to strength. And you mentioned some of the storylines which take place there. That's a lot packed in to an animated film. But it doesn't feel like anything's forced in or shoehorned, anything else. You got Hiccup's journey from basically becoming from boy to man, really.
Yeah, you got age story.
Exactly. You got the father to son. You got the family drama going on with the mother. You got the villain story. All of that is done very well, and all of it is balanced very well as well. Very well paced. And that, for me, was the most impressive thing about it.
Yeah,
for sure.
And also, we were talking about this earlier, it's 105 minutes long. For me, it felt like it finished before it even started. It was so quick, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I just got completely caught up in it. And that's what these kind of films should really do for you,
Absolutely.
is that it is a fantasy film. You need to get caught up in the magic of it. And nothing has really done this for me quite like this film. I actually I'm desperate to go and see the first film now. And I think it's quite interesting that we're coming at it from two different angles as well. You continuing on the journey and me just starting it afresh. It's really one of those films that you can go and see even if you're new to this franchise. And I hope it is a franchise that goes on and on and on, because if it's as good as this, it's brilliant.
Absolutely. To that end, the voice acting is also fantastic. Everyone across the board is really good, but for me, the ones which stood out the most were Baruchel as Hiccup. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. And Gerard Butler as the father. I thought he was amazing. Really good.
If I had to give it some criticism, I would say Cate Blanchett is not one of her strongest voices that I've heard her do. I was quite surprised when the credits came up and it was Cate Blanchett. But you've got some other great guys in there as well. You've got, oh my God, what's his name from Wolf of Wall Street? Not Leonardo.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. But Jonah Hill's in there. It really is an all-star A-list cast, and I adore it for that because I think they're doing a really good like job at it.
Was there anything you had a problem with? Any negatives?
No, I literally came out smiling, beaming, and I was in floods of tears, which I never do. So for me, the real deal really is if you want to go and watch a film with your family, or even as a guilty pleasure as an adult, this is definitely the film to do it. But please go see it in IMAX. It was just incredible.
Yeah. How many stars are you going on it, Bex? This sounds like it's going to be a high rating. What's
I might
good?
just give it 5 stars.
Wow, 5?
I can't fault it. I really can't fault it.
For me, it's a 4 because I did have one gripe in that the mother, she's used very well initially, but in the final sort of bit, she sort of fades away a little bit.
Okay.
That was my one small gripe, but it's 4 stars, easy 4 stars.
Let's go for a happy medium then.
Okay.
4.5 stars.
I can allow that, 4.5.
What do you say? What should we name it? Itchy Armpit it is.
So that's the real review on How to Train Your Dragon 2. It's in cinemas now, and we want to know what your favorite movie dragon is. You came up with this question, didn't you, Bex?
Yes, I did.
You put me on the spot here. If I had to say something, I would say Smaug in The Hobbit, because don't give me that look. He was awesome. Benedict Cumberbatch voice, and it was great. Smaug.
Okay, right. Well, all the children of the 80s, you must be with me on this. Falcor from the Neverending Story. There is nothing quite like him. But we want to find out what your favourite movie dragon is, so make sure you guys leave us a comment here on the YouTube page. Also, be aware that we are coming up with our top 5 movie dragons on the Real Rundown very soon, so do look out for that. But make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, tweet us at The Real Film Show, and don't forget to get more up-to-date movie news on our blog, therealdealonfilm.com. Thanks for watching.